Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good day to all. So today I'm going to share with you about single phase system. This is a new topic that we're going to cover after the mass balance. So we're going to look at different phase system and how we going to relate this kind of information with what you have learned in the past. So as the learning outcomes, what you're going to cover by this lecture is to be able to describe three ways of obtaining values of physical properties. Okay, because there are three ways to obtain value of physical properties. To discuss what is ideal gas. So this is something that you have learned during your chemistry as well as you have learned in your physical chemistry courses. The next one is to apply equation of state for different gas mixtures. So what does it mean by equation of state? And why do we need to have a different gas mixtures? So we're going to look into that. As an introduction, in almost all the problems that we have discussed before, you were given all the information that you needed, okay? Which means that you don't have to estimate anything. You just need to basically use all the information given, pull it up in the equation, and then you can get the mass balance, the material balance calculation. Obviously, in actual, you will be required to get all the information you need by yourself. So this is the skills that we want you to have in such a way that by knowing about single phase system, multiple phase system, then you'll be able to determine or estimate some kind of parameters that you can use in order for you to calculate the information needed. So the problems that will be given to you are really so easy. So we need to determine various physical properties as well as we need to derive additional relations among the variables. Okay, so let's consider this. You have a water, okay, you have a jug of water, you have a bottle of oil as well as you have a bottle of methanol. So if I ask you, for example, what are their respective density? What will be the water density? What will be the oil density? What will be the oil methanol density? Or viscosity or specific heat? So this information are readily available. You can just go Google the internet or you just can find in the textbook or certain handbook, for example, you will get all this information. Okay? Why do we need all these physical properties? Because physical properties are required to describe what will be the elements, what will be the compounds, and what are the mixtures. Okay? Because if let's say you know about certain physical properties, then you should know about certain kind of compounds, for example, or you know what is that mixture is all about. And the large number of physical properties of our interest are density, thermal conductivity, latent heat of vaporization, viscosity, specific heat, and vapor pressure. So these are the information that we really need to know. We really want to know more. And how do we estimate this property if let's say there are more than one component appear in the system? So as such, we need to determine what will be the information required. Okay. So, and how to determine that? Basically, there are three ways of doing that. First of all is, for example, we look it up. Look it up, such as now you have, you can go to the handbook. In the past, we go to the handbook. There are actually very thick book that you can use. At the same time, now you can just use, what do you call it? Google. You can Google the information. And if it's verified and validated, you can just use that value. But the second one is actually you need to estimate it. Okay? So, because there are a number of equations available in order for you to estimate it. And the third one, which you have to do it yourself, where you need to conduct some kind of experiment. Only then you'll be able to measure. For example, like if I ask you what will be the refractive index for the mixture of methanol and water, you wouldn't know. So you need to do some kind of experiment in order for you to know. But there are maybe some of the information also available online. So you can also look at it. Or if let's say you got some refractive index for water and refractive index for methanol, and you know the percentage or the mole composition of these particular mixtures, then you'll be able to estimate it. So there are actually three ways that you can use in order for you to determine the information required, for example, the physical properties. Now let's consider this. We have an oil again, but this oil is only 50%. We have water which is 30%, and we have methanol of 20%. So the next question is, what will be their respective density, viscosity, specific heat, etc. How do you find the information? Okay, so this would trigger something to you. How do we actually estimate the amount needed? For example, like water. Water, we know that the density is 1000 gram per cm cube. Methanol is around 700 gram centimeter cube. And oil, it depends on the type of oil, but usually it is about nearly 900 gram per centimeter cube. But now you have a mixture of it, where everything is combined together. So what will be your expected density in that sense? Okay. But the good thing about what happened in liquid and solid densities, when we talk about density, okay, when we want to predict the density of the liquid and solid, usually, so it is generally much easier compared to gases, because density is a function of temperature. Okay, it decreases with heating, it increases with pressure. But for liquids or solids, densities are usually independent of temperature. So for example, like at 10 degrees Celsius and compare it with at 100 degrees Celsius, usually you will get your density for water is about the same, which is 1000 gram per centimeter cube. Except that when it change phase, maybe the density is changing. Okay, so that's why you can see that the ice floating on water. The ice which is made from water, and then when you put it in water, then basically it's going to float. Okay, so that's a changing of density because there is a change of phase. Similarly, if let's say you have water which is vaporized to become water vapor, so the density is no longer the same as the liquid water. But as long as it maintains the same phase, so the liquid, the density for that particular liquid will not change much. Okay, it doesn't change in any way. It can be independent of the temperature. So liquids and solids are also considered as approximately incompressible. So what does it mean by incompressible? Means that you can use the density at one temperature and pressure for almost any other temperature and pressure, as long as it is within that phase. Okay, so that is actually the guideline that we have to adhere to. Let's have a look at how we actually determine density of the liquid mixtures after this.